how long we're going to need to stay at the field for the field to dry. It's like 4 in the morning, and now it becomes dangerous because now you're playing 2 games on the same day.
Do you put any of the blame on how long it took the umpire to finally decide to call for the tarp?
No, I don't think there's any blame necessarily because it's more of an accident. The blame is, I think, spread across multiple different parties. This field's really old, doesn't drain the best. That's an issue. If water gets on the field and the field doesn't drain, that's an issue. No human beings can fix that. So, those poor guys put like 8,000 pounds of dirt, literally, on the field, and then had to take it off, and then had to put it back on again. I mean, I felt so bad for all the work that they had to put in. And I knew, I was pretty confident. Once it started raining, the tarp wasn't on with this field. I've seen a lot of rain delays in my time playing for the Marlins. That there's no way anybody was going to be able to fix that field.
They put a state-of-the-art drainage system in 6 years ago.
Look at this field though, like the thick grass. It's like the dirt is thicker here, the grass is thicker here. There's rocks on the warning track. It just seems like it's going to take a lot longer. When I played in the Marlins old stadium, there was like 7 or 8 different names while I was there. Landshark, whatever you want to call it, Sun Life. It would rain, and it would rain hard for an hour and a half, and that field would be ready 25 minutes after the storm. It was dry. But again, the dirt seemed almost thinner, and the grass seemed thinner. It was like the water just ran off.
Because either a fan or a player, do you wish that they would change the rule to make all rainouts or rain-delayed games suspended games, or is logistically that too hard to do?
I think it's logistically too hard to do, especially with pitching. Especially if you have to wait that long, and who are we going to start the next game? What if we have to play 2? Do we now start Jacob Turner and then Edwin pitches the second game, or do you start Edwin the first game and have him finish that? It's just
the answer to some of those issues.
Yeah, I think it makes it too hard. I think one of the things that we'll probably ask for in the future when we go into these collective bargaining agreements is not starting. If you have a game where it's an official game and you've waited for longer than an hour or 2 hours and it's midnight, then just call it at that point. Let everybody go home. Let everybody heal up. Especially late in the season, people have injuries and they're banged up. Do the Giants really want one of their star players running around on soft ground at 2:30 in the morning, trying to scrape back and win in 3.5 innings, whatever they have left? I don't know that they would really want that. I think that it makes the most sense to do what we did last night and just say, okay, our faults, bad stuff happens sometimes. Happens to everybody, happens to the best. Everybody has a bad day. I know I sure have had a lot of bad days, at least swinging the bat this year. So I feel for those guys when that stuff happens, and just call it and move forward and play the next game. That's why we play 162 and not like 30.